All right, so I'll make a video for this guy here, Mr. Drew. He's on Twitter talking to me, saying Christ died for the ungodly. That means everyone. Well, he's talking about Romans 5:6. Well, I've given the guy a hard time before because he doesn't look at the Greek. He accused me of Greeking him. Well, as if that was a bad thing. Well, yes, Mr. Drew, I'm going to Greek you again because you're not looking at the Greek, man. You're not paying attention. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And in your heart is get a Calvinist. So what comes out of your mouth all the time is get a Calvinist. You're not looking in the Bible for the truth. You're looking in the Bible to get a Calvinist. And that's what you did there in Romans 5:6. You saw the ungodly, and you read it as a definite article. Ungodly, a noun. So everybody's ungodly. It's the ungodly. Meaning everybody on the planet. Well, sir, that's not it. I'm going to show you in the Greek. I'm going to Greek you again to show you you're ignorant, man. You're not studying the Bible. Quit looking to get Calvinist. Look for the truth. Aletheia means to uncover, means the Greek word lanthano, which means hid, with an alpha privative. And there's a couple words in this verse I'm going to show you that have alpha privatives. You need to look at them. Alpha privative, not hid. And you do that by defining. When you leave definition, you leave the truth. When you call a noun an adjective, you've left definition, you've left the truth. So if you look at Romans 5, you go up to verse 5. He's talking about Romans. He's talking about right here. The ungodly. See? In English, you got a definite article and what looks like a noun. But it's not. So you go up here. Now hope does not make us ashamed. Hope. Christ in us, the hope of glory. Inner man, outer man. Death to self. There it is again. It's all over the Bible. Now hope does not make us ashamed because there it is. The love of God has been poured out in our hearts. Christ in us, the hope of glory. The Holy Spirit is given. That's Christ in you, the hope of glory. Inner man, outer man. Paul starts inner man, outer man, even back in here in chapter 5. And then he really goes into it in 6 and 7 and 8. So then you've got Christ in you, hope of glory, makes you not ashamed. Because when we were still without strength, and here's the verse, but because when we were still without strength, in due time Christ died for the ungodly. The ungodly. I'll get to that in just a second in the Greek. Because scarcely for a righteous man will one die. Yet perhaps for a good man someone will even dare to die. And then he repeats kind of what he just said right here. But God demonstrates his own love toward us, in that while we were still sinners, which is exactly what he's saying here, Christ died for us. The ungodly people, the ungodliness, because it's an adjective, not a verb. So he states it right here again, for us, not for everybody on the planet, man. These guys want God to die for everybody on the planet so they can have their free will. What's in your heart comes out of your mouth. Free will's in their heart. Free will comes out of their mouth. Now look over here. So at a time. So at a time, gar. Gar is like for, but it's a reason. It's similar to hoti, meaning because. It's for a reason. It's a shoot. It's a coordinating conjunction. Subordinating, coordinating conjunction, gar. For Christus, Christ, anton. So this is, now look carefully. This is a being verb. This is a form of the word esteem, a being verb. When you see the word be, you put an equal sign there. For at a time, Christ equaled us. Equaled us asthenon. Now, this word asthenon, so it comes from the word sthana or thanu or sthanu, S-T-H-E-N-O or S-T-H-N-O-O. Sthanu was a Greek mythology figure, the sister of Medusa. Medusa, there were three sisters, Medusa, Sthena, I forgot the other one. and these sisters were powerful. They were how do you say it? Forceful. they were mighty, forceful, and so this Greek word is that word like forceful. It's a word used in, well, it is a Greek mythological figure, but it had to do with forcefulness or mighty. Man, I don't know if those are the right words, but then it has an alpha privative on the front. Not mighty, not forceful, not. It has to do with the flesh. He was like us, not forceful. He was meek. He was meek. Like he was meek in the flesh. Christ equal to us in the flesh, meekness. Down kata, or kata, or like according to, according to time. Like Jesus was predestined at the time. At the time, I don't know what just happened. Predestined at the time, or according to time. Huper, concerning asebo. No, there's your word. There's your word that they translated the ungodly. Well, there's no definite article there. See, there's a space there. There's no definite article. So, and ungodly, and then this word seba was another term used in mythology a lot. That meant reverence to the gods. And you have an alpha privative in front. Again, an alpha privative. Not reverent. Concerning not reverence. It's an adjective, Drew. Not a noun. And there's no definite article. It's the adjective like unreverence. Or you could say ungodliness. Not reverent. Unreverent. Concerning unreverent. Concerning unreverent. Apatheno. He died. Concerning unreverence. Not the ungodly, a noun. It's an adjective. Unreverentness or ungodliness. Concerning ungodliness, he died. Not the ungodly, everybody on the planet. That's a mistake. You're mistaking a noun for an adjective. Which is, again, why you see them come and say here, he demonstrated his love for us while we were still sinners. In ungodliness, Christ died for us. It just repeated what he just said in a different way. Right there. So I just Greeked you. I just Greeked you again. Because you turned an adjective into a noun with a definite article when it's not there. It's not there. You cannot rely on these translators. You cannot. You must Greek yourself. You have to define the Greek words. You have to define every word in the sentence in Greek because it wasn't written in English. The New Testament was not written in English. It was written in Koine Greek. And whether it's an adverb or an adjective or a noun or a verb, it matters, man. It matters. I mean, don't you know that? It matters. So you can't treat adjectives like nouns. You just can't. But you did, and that's a mistake. At a certain time, Christ gave his life for ungodliness. Our ungodliness, the Christians, the elect, the people, for us. He died for us. Right there. See it? You see how an adjective is not a noun and that it's different? You got it?